Hi, welcome on. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming tonight. I wasn't sure how many people would actually jump on live tonight. This is a new platform I'm using, so let me know your feedback. If you can hear me, let me know you can hear me. If you can't, let me know that. It's gonna record our whole entire thing today, and then once it downloads, I'll be able to go and make some edits and then plop it back up here. So there'll be a nice replay for you all. And so I'm hoping this platform is a little better than some of the other ones I used. It also allows me to share my screen easier and just all those kind of things. So we'll see how it goes. But I am so glad that each one of you are here today. And this was a great question. So thank you so much for asking. Please ask your questions. Because energy, people want a special drink, right? They want a magic pill you can take. They want this, magic wand type thing. Just like with diets, like to lose all the pounds, it takes work. It takes a lifestyle, and energy is the same exact way. Unless we build our life around a lifestyle that includes all these different things, we will never ever have complete energy living at that level 10 that we want to. And so I couldn't just put out a blanket answer. Now at the very end, so stay till the end. At the very end, I'm going to tell you a few things that I make sure that I include in my diet every single day that I think are game changers. So I'm going to provide you with that, but it's a daily thing for me too. It's not just that I do it only on days that I don't feel, like my energy's low. So it's still part of my day, but I'm going to include exactly Jen's top things. I'm going to give you my three-part strategy to do if I hit a lull in the day. What the three things are that I do. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So let's go and get started. I'm super excited. If you have any questions, post them. I will read them at the end and answer them if we have time, or I'll come back and answer them however we want to do it. But make sure you go and comment. Let me know if something resonates with you. Let me know if something doesn't make sense. All right, let's do this. Thanks for joining. All right, I'm going to minimize myself a little. All right. Before you supercharge your body, discover how to get better results even faster. So practical, sustainable, and lasting, right? If we have more energy, are we not going to get better results? Of course we're going to. Okay, energy management versus time management. Okay, so we look at energy, okay, health benefits of exercise, right? We're more relaxed, we improve our blood sugar, it limits sickness, it boosts endorphin, energy boost, brain power, muscle stress reduction, and be more social. Now, energy and exercise are just one of the components that goes into having more energy. When we really look at it all, this is what it looks like, okay? And this is our big roadmap for today. We want this limitless energy, and we're going to go through several different things and their key components. And you have a copy of this. You're going to copy of this, okay? So that's our big roadmap. But this is our key point that we're looking at, limitless energy. And then from there, we'll be going to several different key areas. Okay, how many times have you thought of this? Man, if there were only more time, right? Actually, time is not the problem. It really is. Often the problem is energy. Let's look at it this way. Think about it. If you really don't have the time to do anything, then how are you able to watch the entire box set of Game of Thrones? All right. How many of you, I know there's some people out here like gamers, right? Or if you generally work and busy yourself from the first thing in the morning all the way up until bedtime, then the answer would be simple. Get up earlier or go to bed later. But that's not the problem, y'all. Not at all. Instead, the problem is energy. Time management isn't the only big deal here. Energy management is just as important, or I believe it is more important. If you can't effectively manage your energy, you're going to find that you can't make full use of your time. If we're not living at that level 10, thriving, there's no way that we can possibly make full use of it. So there's where the problem is. So when we talk about, energy is so important. If I don't feel good enough, I'm going to be able to show up every day and give my best and have clarity in mind. So either way, you could be working on that amazing novel, right? You could be maybe finally taking those dance classes. What would be your could be if you had enough energy? The issue is not your time at all, but it's rather your energy. This isn't to say that we're not somewhat lazy or that we couldn't make better use of our time, because I think time management does come into play once your energy kicks in. Instead, it's to say you're simply pushing yourself too hard or too far And it should come to no surprise at all that you're not achieving as much as you want as your result. So I think a lot of us out there are wearing ourselves out. We're working really hard. We're doing as much as we can, but I'm worn out. I don't have any more time. I can't stay up any later. I'm already exhausted going to work. How many of you said this? I have a few hours tonight to do them. I know we all have. Your energy is finance. It can only go so far. If you ignore that fact, you're going to run out of steam and not accomplish what you want to change. Okay? So, coming to terms with energy management. Simply acknowledging that energy is probably what's holding you back is one of the very best things you can do to start making your life easier. Once you come to terms with this, you can start to think more logically and realistically about what you want to achieve each day, okay? When thinking about whether or not you're going to walk home tonight or drive, be realistic. Accept that driving might be easier. When planning to complete a long list of chores in the evening, be honest with yourself. How likely is it that you're going to complete that list? Did you manage to finish everything you set out last time? Give yourself a break and organize your day sensibly. We want to be successful. That's why working out starts small. We can do a few minutes, but we're not going to go out and do hours at a time. It's not the same. It doesn't work. It doesn't fit in. And plus, we're not at that level. We'd be able to do that, right? So, same thing here. I'm guilty, okay? If anyone's going to raise their hand, it'd be Jen. I'm guilty of cramming. I expect so much out of myself, and I have such a long list. It's probably like a week's worth of stuff I expect myself to get done in a day. So I am working on this as well. So I'm not saying that I have this all figured out. I'm just saying that I'm learning too, and that it's so true. On days when I've actually planned out the right amount, I've gotten it all accomplished, I felt a lot better because I'm like, I got things done. I hate not having things checked off. Okay, so my strategy is for boosting energy. So this is what our plan is going to be. The first is management. Managing our time better and thinking about how much energy we're likely to have in a given day and actually what we want to do with it, right? And by finding ways to avoid wasting energy, we can save it for things we ultimately want to do and decide what matters. The next step is to start small and not be too ambitious. Simply put, you're not going to transform your energy levels and your health overnight. You shouldn't try. There's no magic wand, there's no magic pill, no formula. Same thing. But you get lasting results. Okay, work it slowly and be smart about how you're raising your energy. We're going to introduce the concept of Kaizen here. I say it wrong, which means that we're introducing the small changes within that they will eventually see big results. So it means it's just simply the concept of many small steps. So if you ever think of, I don't know if you guys know What About Bob, and I might be dating myself, but I was thinking baby steps too. And so if you totally don't know what I'm talking about, you have to Google it real quick, okay? Or once you get it done, because you have to see what I mean. That wouldn't make sense at all. But just small doable steps. That's what we want. We're incremental steps. That's what I talk about when we talk about nutrition. That's what I talk about when we talk about exercise. It's the same thing when it comes to energy levels. You're not going to shift and one day wake up and have magical energy levels perfectly the next day. That's why it's important to keep with doing the things daily. Because if we don't do the daily, what's going to happen? We're not going to ever reach that level that we want. We can't just wake up tomorrow and run a marathon if we haven't been running. Same thing here. We can't just wake up and have all this energy if we haven't been taking care of ourselves. Okay, and finally, we're going to change everything. We're going to look at our health and our lifestyles holistically. We're going to acknowledge that to boost energy, it's not good enough that we simply introduce one new lifestyle habit or start drinking smoothing. We need to rethink everything. That's why I'm redefining the fit lifestyle. That's my whole thing. We're redefining the fit lifestyle because there's not just one part. We're a holistic person. And when we are running to different people to get answers about how to be healthy, I mean, think about run to a counselor, run to a dietitian, run to a personal trainer, run to maybe a life coach, run to yoga. And everyone's going to be giving you their opinion. And that's why I decided to become a master at all of it. Because I feel like people need a complete program that is from one source. That was driving me crazy when I was trying to get help. I was about to lose it. And so I had to create my own because there's just no way. But we really, because if you think that we're holistic people. We can't just isolate one thing. Everything flows into one another in some way and affects the other part of us. Okay, so this is where everything changes. But it changes to become so you can become more like you and the better you, the level 10 you. What do I mean by change everything? Let's talk about this, okay? Why do you need to change everything if all you want to do is get a little more energy, Jen? Okay, let's take a look at it. Okay, so let's take a look at it at one example and use that as a kind of microcosmic example of why it doesn't work or try to change, okay? If we just vacuum. So think about this. We've probably done this before, okay? Think about this. Have you ever gone to try to go to the gym? Okay? It comes down to the simple fact that training program was too ambitious, right? If you started giving up, anyone's given up on a workout program before, or giving up the gym. Very often, okay, the training program will involve working out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 times a week at a gym, right? And maybe as much as 40, 60 minutes is what these trainers will put you on. Is that sustainable when you're first starting out? Why not? There's a good chance the very reason you're not exercising enough activity right now is that you are too tired half the time. That's why so many of us let ourselves get in bed and get into bad shape. And to begin with, it's why we turn to junk food. It's all died. Okay, again, the problem is energy. Energy management is more important than time management. By far, it comes to exercise, so really you need to focus on getting more of that, okay? So if we need more exercise, we need to focus more on our energy. So it's all going to play a part here. And I know I haven't given you the tools and tactics yet, but they are coming. You're going to get a lowdown of how to apply all of this. I promise. I'm going through my whole course for you all. Okay, now so what do we need to do? We need to look at what's sapping our energy, okay? For many of us, comes into play here is we're eating lots of junk food. Okay, it can certainly prevent us from feeling the very best, healthiest. So that needs to be changed, okay, junk food. But really, more important though is work, you guys, stress. If you're coming home from work stressed, then you're going to have very little energy for throwing yourself into a workout. Likewise, stress from the other sources such as your finances, relationship, can also have a negative effect on your ability to train. So we need to look at that stress too. Stress is a huge factor in everything, in our health completely. Okay. And there's the practical situations considers where you can look at like finances and like the space of your training at home. I'm a big advocate for working at home. It saves time, saves that, any gym issues and so all that. Even if you're not training from home, having a tidy, flat house to come home to can make all the difference in terms of energy and how you feel. Think about if I walk into my place and it's not fully picked up and clean and organized, I'm stressed. Like, oh my gosh. They say that our environments kind of represent how our minds and our hearts are feeling. So I could say that when I've like been in a mess or a funk of my mind, like I'm not as like organized and put together at all. But when things are efficient, right in my life, everything has a place and it's neat, organized, like I'm on top of things. And I feel good when I come in. I'm ready. I don't have to worry about anything else. I can just go hit the workout or I can just go do what I need to. And there's nothing else distracting me. So I think that's a good check too of how you are in mental, emotional state. Okay. Then there's other things that come into play. Time, motivation, the right program. Okay. As you see, this makes change in the rest of your life. Working out will give you more energy. When you get more energy, you'll be able to start a program, right? To work better, to perform at work better. So you have more energy now. You have more energy now. You can work more efficiently, right? But we have to come down to deciding what matters. Okay, because the one thing I'm going to say here is I'm not going to say that we need to go ahead and try to add another thing into our days. Okay, that's not where we're going with this. As mentioned, one of the key things to think about energy management and planning. Just to know that you have a finite amount of energy throughout the day and making decisions on a daily basis. Let's face it, we all do have a finite. We're all going to get tired. We all need sleep. Okay? The energy or active exercise of the mind constitutes life. I love that. Okay? So remember, we have to have time. We have to have time for ourselves. So I'm not saying go add more in. We're going to get to the, okay, energy flows where intention goes. I love that by Tony Robbins. If you're going to try and exert yourself for 30 minutes after work every day, you need to find a way to save 30 minutes of both time and energy. Getting up 30 minutes or go earlier if you have more time, or going to bed 30 minutes earlier, perhaps even going to bed 1 hour earlier the night before can save you some energy. But that means we're going to have to cut some other things out. And this is where I love Dean Graziosi puts this. And he tells the bucket approach. Okay, what are the most important things in your life right now? So maybe you have like 3 or 4 different buckets. Those are your buckets. Those are your priorities. That's what's going to move you and make you be that level 10. That's where it's going to get you to the person you want to be. If it doesn't fit into one of those buckets, then you don't do it. You say no. It doesn't need to be added to your schedule. Don't make everyone feel bad. Don't feel bad if you can't do everything at school for the kids. You have a lot going on. And until we start setting some boundaries, we define, times I know for me, people have walked all over me all my life because I let them a lot of times. Okay. And so we have to define and put our boundaries up, and people will respect us until we respect them ourselves. So people will respect our boundaries until we respect them ourselves. All right. Okay, or maybe you can cut out one of your more tiring hobbies or extracurricular activities. Again, I know it seems hard and cold, right? Because you're like, Jen. But the simple fact of the matter is that every action needs an equal and opposite reaction. You can't pull time out of thin air. It's not going to happen. So finding lots of little ways to save money, save more time and more energy throughout the day. And that's where the concept Kaizen comes from. If you can save a little energy on the way you work, save a little energy in the morning, save a little energy doing the dishes, well, you just might have a little bit more energy to spend doing things that are important to you or what you need to do for your health. So the small changes that will supercharge your energy levels. All right, what's the easiest to keep your home tidier and give yourself more mental clarity and space? Actually, it's to get ruthless and just throw things out, honestly. That's one of the things. Get them made. I mean, sorry for people, but really, when we look at, a lot of us have so much crap. I'm going through all my stuff because I do that many times a year. But think about it. How much stuff do we really need? Do we really need all that stuff? Just throw half of it away. We'd probably still have plenty, especially if you live in the States, right? We have so much crud. And it takes up time, space and clutters, and we don't need it. And we could live a lot simpler. And so I like this little thing I found is what simple living means to me. Live with intent. So don't feel pressured to do what society says. Live the way that your heart tells you to. Making choices regarding your time or money that feel right for you or your family is the very core of voluntary simplicity. Simple living is a choice. Everyone can do it, but not everyone will choose to. Buy less stuff. If you reduce the stuff you buy, you reduce the amount of money you need to buy it, right? Store it, clean it, and maintain it. Having less stuff can reduce the amount of time you use to care for it, organize it, and get rid of it. Stuff is not bad. The trick to living more simply is to keep the right stuff for you and your family. And then live more frugally, of course. Okay, so live more frugally than whom, right? Why you, of course. This isn't about keeping up with the Joneses. It's 100% your journey. So if you need less money, you don't need to spend as much time working for it. And that gives you things more freedom. So just simply look around and think about it. Like, hey, if you have, a whole bunch of ornaments, throw half of them out or give them, donate, just throw them away. And think about it. Look, if you haven't worn an outfit in 5 years, I dare say you're not going to wear it. I do that every year. Like if I haven't worn something in a year, outside of some really nice, fancy like dresses and some teacher clothes I'm keeping, they're gone because there's just no point. I've learned that. Okay, this may sound extreme, but simply having more space, even just seeing the corner of your eye, there's a space under the bed, make a huge difference. Okay, help your mind and body unwind. This is particularly useful when you consider that it will also make tidying up much easier. So now you're ready to clean surface by wiping them around. Finding things will be easier and everything will have a spot. Okay, so that's a great way. Or even hire somebody. Hey, if you want to, just hire someone to help you come organize and clean. People out there that do that. Okay, when you move 50% of your ornaments, you'll be left with a much higher average quality of things on display. So think about quality and importance, not necessarily expense, but what are the ones that really mean something to you, and keep those. This actually makes your home look wealthier and more impressive because there's no longer less impressive stuff around, right? That you just throw together. But I think, just makes it look, you get to actually see the home, and each object that's on a display is important and stuff. So I'm learning to do this. So it's been really good. Shop online is another hack. And honestly, I know this sounds crazy because I'm like, shop online and people I would go get some gummies run at the store. But honestly, it's a heck of a effort to take your kids and everybody and go to the grocery store and go around and everyone's pulling stuff into the basket, right? And you have no clue. Maybe you're not keeping a tally for a budget or anything. But if you shop online, you know exactly how much you want to spend, right? And so then you actually have a budget, get them delivered. I mean, there's so many services out there that deliver. You could drive through and pick them up on your way home. And think about it. If you want to perform optimally at work the next day, spending your evenings in the supermarket with screaming kids is not the way to do it. So honestly, I would say that's just one. I recommend it. I do it, and I don't have screaming kids, but saves me that time. And I don't need to go like that, So, okay. Many of these work can be avoided, at least minimized. For example, take away the need to wash up after eating by simply getting a dishwasher or loading them. Having everyone clean their own plate is another way. Meal prepping is another way. That way it's all done on Sunday, and all you have to do is reheat it. Spend less time vacuuming. Again, there's one of the robotic cleaners. I don't have one of those, but I would think that would be helpful. Ironing taking long to steam. Oh, the one of those steam things, man, those things rock. In short, there's really no reason to spend hard-earned time and you're sweeping the floor and cooking. It might seem lazy, but it isn't. You're choosing your time. You're using time management. You're using your energy management. So they'll let others tell you what's lazy or what you need to do or not do because they don't live your life, right? Okay, stretching and foam rolling. Okay, so this is important. Okay, there's another way. Think of, we have to read or relax. We have to read to rest. Okay, so if you come home from work covered in aches and pains, you're not going to be brimming with energy. Okay, most of us lead lifestyles that make us more stiff and achy. Among the things that can be causing it, you think about you could have, if your lower back is hurting, a lot of times it's due to, other parts that are just, they're just sore and they're just stiff. Okay. So I put some different examples there. So and then if you take your body sore, right? If you have aches and pains, then it makes it harder to do anything. It's harder to get out of bed. It's harder to move up and down. It's harder to get things accomplished. You don't feel as good. One great thing is just foam roll. And I do this. I foam roll every night. I do some yoga and foam roll every night. And simply take some time to recover and just roll out, especially as you get into working out. That's huge. And I can make some videos as well. I'll put them on YouTube for you guys. Foam rolling videos. The best things I think you could do at night. You could do them if you do watch some TV, do it while you watch the TV and stuff instead of eating some ice cream. Foam roll. Have a yogurt, stick in a foam roll. And so anyway, but seriously, we need to take care of our bodies to the point where they're not achy. And there's some different things we can do just from foods we avoid so that we don't have inflammatory, right? It's so our body's not inflamed, because if you're swollen and inflamed, that's not good, right? And arthritis is such a big thing that comes up to play as well. But simply just foam rolling out can be a great thing. You're doing a little bit of yoga in the evening. Plus, if you do that, you can meditate when you do, use it some meditation type time too. If you put in some music and foam roll, do you scream pain? No. It just gets everything out. So as you foam roll or as you do some yoga and just release that body from the day, let it come back to its center, because we've been maybe sitting funky or we've been stressed and, something like that, and our whole back is getting all tense. Okay, another thing to think about is commuting. So when you've just spent a whole day at work, being shouted or dealing with responsibilities, this can be too much to handle sometimes. There are plenty of solutions though. So I love to look at, flex time. As you watch, you come an hour early or an hour later. So if you have a long commute, I did for a long time, for 10 years when I was a teacher, over an hour. And I did not realize how much time of my life was just gone until I didn't have to do that anymore. So if you miss rush hour, it shouldn't hurt your productivity, right? Okay. So it also means you have an extra hour for yourself to start the day where you can be more productive. Maybe that was where your exercise comes in. Another option is think about carpool. That way you can get a lift to work every other day, making life easier. So one off and on, right? That way maybe you can use that time to actually do some things. So now you split the cost of fuel and stuff. So it's just commuting can be so stressful on people. So that's why I throw that in here, because I've known that just there's been some things I've had to work with clients before on that. Okay, so how to enhance your sleep to enhance your day. All right, there are countless articles out there on life hacks. They range between spiking max to digging, honey before bed. So more efficient then is to look at some small, simple changes you can make to routine. That's what I want to do. So there's that, Kaizen again. These are some. Number one, okay, take a hot shower or bath before bed. So that, and there's tons of research on this. So it helps you encourage the production of growth hormone, melatonin, which if you think about, if you can't sleep, whether you want to take some melatonin, tea and stuff. So it helps relax the muscles far more effectively than taking anything else, okay? So as your body cools down, you'll sink into a much deeper, more restorative sleep. You also save yourself time in the morning if you, unless you work out before. Number two, open the window jar. So we sleep much better when the environment is slightly cool. Unless you live in Texas like me, don't do that during the summer. Let some cool air in your room and make sure you keep room with your duvet or whatever, okay? Getting more exercise helps you sleep more exercise is covered there, number three. Getting more exercise helps you sleep more as well as getting fresh vitamin D. So you can also supplement with VD if you live in the UK, then there's a good chance, you're probably deficient in that. So take a look out for that as well. Okay, and number four, take a half an hour or even 15 minutes before bed to unwind down and do some reading. So avoid looking at mobile screens or computers if possible, as the light from these increases the cortisol production. I experiment with wearing, blue blocking shades before bed for a while, but tell you the truth, it's pretty impractical, especially I would think if you're in a relationship. Number five, most important of all is to simply prioritize your sleep and give it what it deserves. Stop watching YouTube's videos until 2 a.m. in the morning, right? And get into routine. You go to bed at a certain time, you get up at a certain time. Number six, of course, you also need to look at the environment you're sleeping in. Comfortable pajamas, duvet color covers, along with curtains that actually block out the light, and an absence of blinking LED lights will make a huge difference. Okay, wake up full of beans. I love this thing. Okay, I have something similar to this, and I use it. Okay, so it's the body clock wake up lights, and it actually emulates the natural sun, so it wakes you up according to the sun. I use this totally, but I wake up at the same time every day. But I actually make my body wake up to this. So I know I get up at a certain time. I wake up naturally, but I have this kind of thrive me into it. So as a result, you'll feel significantly more awake. Even if it takes the alarm to wake you up, though, you'll still be waking in an environment much lighter state of sleep. So it just brightens up the room. I don't wake up to an alarm or anything. It just brings in this light. So it's like the sun, the sunset coming up, and it becomes brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and illuminates your room. You feel far less sleep. So you won't really notice the difference when you're forced to wake up without it. And then so especially if you struggle with SAD, so if that's something that's an issue for you, that really helps. And this is a change that really makes a noticeable difference. I love these, any kind of illuminating light and stuff. They absolutely rock. So I could not recommend them more. Which word I go? Okay, there we go. So we'll go back one more. There we go. Okay, so you can look them up, and then you can look on Amazon and see which are the ones you have. You can message me directly if you would like to know exactly which one I have. I love it. Okay, get up on time every time. If you must hit the snooze button, that's fine once, but second time goes off, then you can't. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't put that on there. I don't think it's okay if you hit the snooze button once. Honestly, think about this. Why are you hitting the snooze button? Do you not like your job? Do you not look forward to something? I mean, if we're living life with passion and purpose, right? We look forward to our days. We're gonna jump out of bed. Yeah, you're not getting to bed early enough. But I think snooze buttons, it should be a non-negotiable. That snooze button is done with. Is what I'm saying. Because the moment you allow yourself once, isn't easier to hit it a second time. So I'm changing that. Not even once. You just wake up. Okay, so why we struggle with waking up in the morning? Let's talk about this. So allergies. You can develop hay fever at any age, and symptoms are unnoticeable during the day and can be much worse at night when you've been breathing all day and the pollen and everything. Unfortunately, most medicines you take this leave you feeling tired, right? Mold. So you never know, black mold, like you've heard of that, right? They even breathing in mold spores from less harmful types leave you in scratchy throat and poor night's sleep. If you notice the air smelly and damp, then consider calling somewhere, because the black mold, that's really true. That can be a big deal. Dehydration. Okay, guys, it's a big one. It's not going to be dehydrated after the night, right? But sometimes you are tired just because you need to drink some water. If you are not drinking your average amount of water every day, then that changes your energy levels totally. So that could be the case. But especially, the first thing I do, I get out of bed, and the first thing I do is I down a bottle of water. Like, it's done. A whole glass at least. Okay, make sure you drink enough before you fall asleep. Have some water on hand. Honestly, I'm going to wake up and down. Okay, if you struggle with this one, you may want to consider trying to chia seeds, which absorb several times the mass worth of water. Okay, that's a possibility. So low blood sugar. Breakfast is named so because you're breaking a fast. As you can imagine, going 10 hours without eating can leave you a little groggy with low blood sugar. Something that is thought to help this is a spoonful of honey. Just a spoonful of honey, which can slowly and fast release sugars. Okay, providing a steady supply of energy throughout the night. So you might just have a spoonful of honey before you go to bed. Okay, and let's talk about getting better sleep. So the CBTs of getting sleep. Instead of getting frustrated, focus on using the opportunity to relax and enjoy lying down, think free, and from the pressure of the day. Even if you're just relaxing, this will help you offer you. Okay, so it can be hard to fall asleep. If anyone's like me, my mind races nonstop. If you guys can't tell, and I might not be able to fall asleep. It can be very hard for me. And so what we need to do though is we'll find though is that the moment you manage to enjoy just relaxing, okay, you'll fall asleep. Don't force yourself to drift off. That's an oxymoron. Just get comfortable, enjoy the moment, and let your body take care of the rest. And when you need to drift off, you will, okay? Now, the biggest thing here is, like I said, do something that makes you... I have a nightly routine, okay? My nightly routine includes yoga, it includes journaling, it includes some reading, it includes a little bit of meditation, it includes gratitude. I look through my day, I'm like, these are the 3 things, man, 3 things today. These things went well, and these are 3 things I have to look forward to tomorrow. Set your intention for the next day. A lot of times you wake up in the mood and the state that you went to bed in. So we want to make sure we're going to bed in states that are joyful, that are grateful, that are happy, not in states that are not, okay? So that is something to really think about. Let's keep going. All right, how are you guys all doing there? In the chats, give me a thumbs up if you like this, if you feel like you're getting something out of this. Okay, I hope you are. Let me know, post those questions so I can answer them later. All right, ride the tide. So this is the idea of riding the tide, okay? It's about acknowledging that there is a limit to how much energy we can utilize at any given day and planning our activities out, okay? So if we have to ride the tide, right? There's high and low times to our energies. That's just the way it is. Okay, the answer as to why it comes down to the evolution of survival. So we have adapted to function this way because it helps us survive the dangerous wild environment of the wild and manage the energy levels of the wild. The problem is we no longer live in the wild, right? So we need energies now at different times. Ultimately, there are two energy systems that work by splitting into these 2 states, okay? Anabolic and catabolic. So let's take a look at both of those because they're important to understand. The anabolic state is also referred to as rest and digest, okay? So anabolic, rest, digest. So you gotta think of the ARDs. Anabolic, rest, and digest. This is when we relax, we chill, right? During this time, the body has plenty of fuel energy, and it'll send that fuel as needed to repair the muscle, lay down memories, restore ourselves during sleep, okay? Conversely, the catabolic state also is referred to as fight or flight, right? So we have the ARDs, anabolic, rest and digest, or the CFF, right? Catabolic, fight and flight. This is when we're in danger, we're starving, our blood sugar is low, we're faced by a predator or a threat. Either way, the reality is that our bodies are telling us that our bodies need something in order to act, to keep us alive. And so thus we start burning fat and even muscles to provide the full fuel. Now that becomes a problem, because do we want to be burning muscle? No, we don't. That's why nutrition plays such a huge part into everything. When you've just eaten, the body receives the signal that is, it's satisfied, and the blood is filled with sugar. Thus, it releases insulin, to extract the sugar, and releases serotonin, which makes you feel good. Those feel good things, serotonin. That serotonin eventually converts to melatonin, right? The sleep. Think about, we eat, feel good, and then it converts to what? Yes, the body is able to rest and use all that good stuff to repair our bodies. The cycle of anabolic, catabolic, stop, go continues all day. It's also linked to our, it also is just linked to our rhythm, which is our sleep. So everything's linked to that. Psychologists have studied, the rhythms extensively, and they've discovered that they are determined by two main factors: external liberators, time givers, and internal peacemakers. We listen to cues from our body as well as the cues from the world around us, like the amount of light, the social cues. This is why the day lamp, that lamp that is so important. That light stimulates the release of cortisol, nitric oxide, both which help the brain wake up. It's also why it's so important that we get a few minutes to let our bodies cool down in the evening without unnatural light. So remember, we can turn off those screens and everything. Having a vitamin D supplement also helps. We need that. We need sunshine. I know for me, I'm a sunshine girl, man. Keep me inside for a couple of days with no sunshine, and I get grumpy. And so, and a lot of people do, because we're wired for that. Another factor that contributes to us needing to sleep is the buildup of two substances. Adenosine and pro-inflammatory cytokine. I never said that word right, so you can read it. So these words. Adenosine is mainly the byproduct of the brain's energy process. So there's our brain. When your brain cells are working, they're constantly creating adenosine as well. The harder you think and the more active you are, the more the adenosine builds up. That makes sense, right? As it builds up, it suppresses activity, making it harder and harder for us to concentrate, and contributes to that thing we call brain fog. Eventually, this becomes too much, and we need sleep to clear it all. So it's a natural thing. Our brain is naturally doing this. We were made that way, so there must be something to it. If this is how we were wired and made, there must be a thing that we must need to rest every so often. That has to be, right? It's a natural thing. The more we try to fight it, I try to fight it, that doesn't turn out so well, or the quality of my work just isn't as good, right? All right, sometimes we need to hit pause, right? Is pause a good thing? It sure can be. So meanwhile, pro-inflammatory cytokines, I can't say it, causes brain inflammation. So inflammation, right? Whenever you're inflammation, that's not a good thing. These two build up as a result of our immune system working over time, and they're highest in number when we feel sick. That's why when we feel tired, groggy, or full of a brain fog when we're ill. This means there are points in the day when we feel we're most awake, and points when we feel our most asleep. So 4 p.m. is the ideal time to schedule a break. If you were to schedule a break in your day. Better yet, if you can move your working day forward an hour, then you can come home at the point when you're feeling most tired. And you can take that breather. And sometimes the breather isn't simply that you have to sit down. Sometimes it's just simply going for a walk and moving a little bit if you've been sitting all day. So how to manage your energy levels. Here we are. Ready? This is good stuff. All right. One simple way you're going to do this is when you think about how you eat. Man, when we eat, it stimulates the sudden release of sugar into the blood, which can result in us feeling very tired and lethargic immediately afterwards. This is great an hour or so before bed, giving you time to digest. And this is why we say don't eat and then go to bed, because you want your body to digest. But it's not so useful if you're planning on being useful that evening, right? So another way to control your energy levels is through your diet, is to think about what you eat, also known as timed nutrition, okay? So something I do with clients, you want their energy levels really managed out, and they eat at certain points, they eat certain things at certain points a day. If I were to look at your blood work, I could tell you a lot about what you would need to eat at certain points of the day. What you need to eat at lunch, like what different food groups, where do you put them? How much of each food group do you need? They said we don't do away with food groups, but there's a certain amount that we each need, because it's, how do we get energy for our body? It's the nutrition, right? It's that the quality of ingredients we put in is going to directly affect everything in our lives. He said that's how we feel. If I put crappy gas in my car, should I expect it to run very well? Not until it's all gone. So until we digest and get rid of all that, we have stuff built up in our bodies for so long because we've been eating junk and we've been eating processed food and quick things, and here and there we don't even realize what all we're doing. Putting things in our body that body was never meant to digest. I get a whole long thing here. Okay. Now carbohydrates aren't bad, but we don't want to eat the simple ones. Cake, bread, white pasta. Think of, you want to eat your complex, okay? Carbohydrates. That's really important here. Okay, because the other ones, they release sugar quickly into the bloodstream, which results in a sudden energy high. So that's why, like, sometimes you'll be like, oh man, I feel so good. And like, oh my gosh, I just don't feel so good. If I were to look at your diet, it was probably because of something you ate, okay? So in a theory, this should provide us with steady flow of energy if we were to, I totally skipped a part. Okay. However, as we now know that we will be followed by a sudden crash, right? What should we do? Okay, the solution to this is to keep your blood sugar at a slightly more stable level point throughout the day. In theory, this will provide you with a steady flow of energy at the same time avoiding sugar crashes and spikes. So with time nutrition, right, before you can hit that spike, that go down, what are you going to do? You're going to put some complex carbs in there, okay? We're going to put something in there to keep it back up at levels. So when you're talking about time nutrition, we're combating, or maybe we're not going to you don't need the carbs then at lunch. Maybe you need an hour after lunch because you're still coming off from the meal before. You never know. And so, or your blood work, it really depends. A lot of it comes from so many different ways. If I were to I could give you a consultation and just dive into you, and you can definitely schedule that with me, and I could evaluate your entire blood work and everything that you need, and I could tell you when are the best times are for you to eat different things, okay? And I could just give you a log of what you ate, your energy levels, whole thing, and we could figure that out, because I can't tell you everyone on here, because there's not a one size fits it all. That's the thing, just like workout programs, not one size fits it all, right? That's why diet fads don't work. Your nutrition the same way. You are unique. You have a unique lifestyle. You have unique culture. Our culture, we have different things that we're accustomed to and eat. We have different stresses, different factors. We have things we like, we don't like. We have different blood work. We have different maybe health concerns. And we have different amounts of weight to lose or to gain or whatever it is. That's like almost 10 different factors. How can I do a blanket thing? I need to know your individual 10 factors to really, really say exactly how to do that. But as a general rule of thumb, this is a general rule of thumb. You could still take this and still apply it. But if you're really serious, if you really do need help on your diet, please reach out to me, because I'd love to do that. I'll do it all the time. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so I'm going to give you some basics here. Okay, so you can do something today. To do this, you can focus on getting more energy from both complex carbohydrates that are slower to digest, okay? You're only including more fiber and fat as well as fats, which are digest slowly and in the gut, okay? Both these methods will provide consistent levels of energy to help you go about your day, and may also have other health benefits, right? Which is always good, because you hear that all the time. Complex carbohydrates. And then changing the order of your food, that's what I'm saying. Changing your order of food, even by just shifting everything forward an hour, can change your order and length of your cycles. In fact, when people are traveling abroad, different time zones, many people will utilize a system of changing their diet. Energy is finite. One great thing is just foam roll, and I do this. I think free and from the pressures. What I do, like I get on the schedule as soon as possible. All right. All right. Another tip to take consideration is it's how do we get energy for our body? It's the nutrition, right? It's that the quality of ingredients we put in is going to directly affect everything in our lives. He said that's how we feel. If I put crappy gas in my car, should I expect it to run very well? Not until it's all gone. So until we digest and get rid of all that, we have stuff built up in our bodies for so long because we've been eating junk and we've been eating processed food and quick things and here and there. We don't even realize what all we're doing. Putting things in our body that body was never meant to digest. I get a whole long thing here. Okay. Now carbohydrates aren't bad, but we don't want to eat the simple ones. Cake, bread, white pasta. Think of you want to eat your complex, okay? Carbohydrates. That's really important here. Okay, because the other ones, they release sugar quickly into the bloodstream, which results in a sudden energy high. So that's why, sometimes you'll be like, oh man, I feel so good. And they're like, oh my gosh, I still don't feel so good. If I were to look at your diet, it was probably because of something you ate, okay? So okay. So in a theory, this should provide us with steady flow of energy if we were to, sorry, I totally skipped a part. Okay. However, as we now know that we will be followed by a sudden crash, right? What should we do? Okay, the solution to this is to keep your blood sugar at a slightly more stable level point throughout the day. In theory, this will provide you with a steady flow of energy at the same time avoiding sugar crashes and spikes. So with time nutrition, right? Before you can hit that spike, that go down, what are you going to do? You're going to put some complex carbs in there, okay? We're going to put something in there to keep it back up at levels. So when you're talking about time nutrition, we're combating, or maybe we're not going to you don't need the carbs then at lunch. Maybe you need an hour after lunch because you're still coming off from the meal before. You never know. And so, or your blood work, it really depends. A lot of it comes from so many different ways. If I were to I could give you a consultation and just dive into you, and you can definitely schedule that with me, and I could evaluate your entire blood work and everything that you need, and I could tell you when are the best times are for you to eat different things, okay? And I could just give you a log of what you ate, your energy levels, whole thing, and we could figure that out, because I can't tell you everyone on here because there's not a one size fits it all. That's the thing, just like workout programs, not one size fits it all, right? That's why diet fads don't work. Your nutrition the same way. You are unique. You have a unique lifestyle. You have unique culture. Our culture, we have different things that we're accustomed to and eat. We have different stresses, different factors. We have things we like, we don't like. We have different blood work. We have different maybe health concerns. And we have different amounts of weight to lose or to gain or whatever it is. That's like almost 10 different factors. How can I do a blanket thing? I need to know your individual 10 factors to really, really say exactly how to do that. But as a general rule of thumb, this is a general rule of thumb. You could still take this and still apply it. But if you're really serious, if you really do need help on your diet, please reach out to me because I'd love to do that. I'll do it all the time. All right, let's keep going. Okay. So I'm going to give you some basics here, okay? So you can do something today. To do this, you can focus on getting more energy from both complex carbohydrates that are slower to digest, okay? You're only including more fiber and fat as well as fats, which are digest slowly and in the gut, okay? Both these methods will provide consistent levels of energy to help you go about your day, and may also have other health benefits, right? Which is always good because you hear that all the time. Complex carbohydrates. And then changing the order of your food, that's what I'm saying. Changing your order of food. Even by just shifting everything forward an hour can change your order and length of your cycles. In fact, when people are traveling abroad, different time zones, many people will utilize a system of changing the diet in order to readjust to the cardiac rhythms and body clocks. Okay, so what I do, like I get on the schedule as soon as possible. All right. Another tip is consider taking power naps. This sometimes helps people who have a lot of stress, but there's a trick to it, which will once again involve thinking in terms of cycles. Okay, remember our cycle, because if we sleep too long, it totally is going to ruin us. And some of us can't take naps. Okay, so the main objectives to avoid waking up during a sleep cycle. Sleep cycles tend to last about 90 minutes, but it takes 20 minutes to enter the first heavy sleep cycle. Okay. Sleeping for 10 minutes can be a great way to get a quick energy boost, while sleeping for 90 minutes should provide a deeper sleep, okay, and help you avoid waking up during your cycle. But what happens if you wake 60 or 30? You've messed up the cycle, okay? So you can't do that. So when I go to bed, okay, when I go to bed at night, I'm thinking, okay, I know me, I know my body. It takes me about I finally have a good night routine down, so it takes me about 15, 20 minutes to fall asleep. And then I think, okay, every 90 minutes, what time I'm going up? And sometimes I will force myself to either go lay down a little bit earlier to make sure I'm hitting the 99.98 to wake up, right? Or I'll push myself back a little bit because I want to end those 90-minute cycles. So you want to sleep, you have 6 hours, right? Or you have 7.5 hours. Or you have, 9 hours. Don't do anything else. 6 hours is better. Some of you are gonna hate me. 6 hours is better than 7 because you're gonna you mess up your cycle. All right. Finally, a routine to optimize performance and more TIPs. Okay. Even the temperature can have a huge impact. If you're in a cold room, this will increase your production of adrenaline, norepinephrine, thereby making you feel more alert. Okay. If you're in a warm space, you feel more tired, right? Okay, and no, we're actually more creative when we're relaxed. This allows the mind to wander. And it's the mind wanders able to be more creative and do new ideas, which we all want. Okay, either way, if we go through our working day and remain calm, relatively unfazed, even when everything seems to be wrong, you'll find the entire day seems to go much less tiring as you arrive home with far more energy, spend the night being more productive and having fun. Okay. And of course, we all want to be more productive. Okay. You can even split your work into ebbs and flows this way, dividing it between periods of creativity where you come up with new ideas and directions. And that's great for kids. Like if you're someone who's working with your kids, allow them to have that creative time and allow them to have that kind of more that directional time. But they need both, and they're going to actually be more productive and learn more. And periods of productivity where you feel go full steam ahead to work as hard as possible, okay? Which, of course, is a simple way of saying you need to take some breaks. And actually, I have a program where, my computer will beep off I have a time with different tasks and stuff, how long I can actually, truly focus, because I'm very ADHD. And so, it dings off, and what I do is I force myself to, go and, either get moving a little bit or, do something. I have a stepper here, someone's I'll step on that, or I'll go and fold that load of laundry and then come back. But I need a break, as it just don't function as well. So you learn your body. Okay, the devastating effects of stress. We have to talk about this. I mentioned this earlier. Remember, stress is what triggers the fight or flight response, okay? Stress is the response to be perceived threat or low blood sugar. So, okay, stress, right? A little stress is a good thing, okay? A little stress is what we call, stress. And that is what motivates us to focus and be productive. Moreover, a little stress helps us stay awake and alert to focus on whatever we are doing. I'll put my heat stress in there. I think it's important. People don't realize all the different things that you can think about. So I put heat stress in here because stress is a real thing, and heat stress, okay, that can zap your energy right here, okay? Because if you live in a hot place, right, such a thing as heat stress. So it should be outside if you're a worker. Okay, there's a good psychological reason. Okay, when you exert yourself, you're producing hormones that keep your energy levels high, right? These include adrenaline or norepinephrine, which keep your heart beating faster and help you concentrate and focus. That's why some people are so good. How many of you out there, like the last minute that you determine, not that I'm going to have everything done, last minute is when all your creative juices end up flowing, right? Even this. I had this ready to go. You know, I'm doing that for the last 3 hours before this. I'm tweaking. I get all these different ideas. I'm like, oh, you should move this here and there. Oh, you really should add this in. I'm working up into the moment I come on. And, because I always get no matter how prepared I am, because what happens, right? That stress, right? What it releases for us. So we get that, oh my gosh, that intensity. Okay? The problem is, there's only so much of these neurochemicals that we can chemicals that we can produce. Eventually we run out, and what happens? Fatigue. And that's when I find myself waking up with my head on the keyboards and all the keys are printed on my cheek because I just passed out while working, right? I've had that happen. And this way we experience very low energy, low mood, and low motivation. When you're tired, think about it. We're not cranky people. Stop. Okay, ask yourself, what is the single most tiring part of your day? It's probably work, okay? Back to that work in. This is because you have been producing these go for how much? 8 hours straight, which is entirely unnatural. That much focus, meanwhile, increases the amount of, outside and the amount of the cytokines. Worse still is that your body is actually not working at all, meaning that you're going to be feeling exhausted and, despite having not even exercised. Kids at school struggle with this because think about, what do we do? Go. Are they not just irritable by the time they get out of school and stuff? They've been it's unnatural. So remember, stress, okay, in the wild was often associated with what? Danger. And we don't want to be digesting when we're meant to be running, right? Meanwhile, your immune system is also suppressed, which is why you're more likely to become ill during these times. I remember what we said about creativity, okay? Stress is actually the mortal enemy of creativity. In fact, stress actually causes the prefrontal cortex, the small creative part of the brain, to shut down entirely. Think about it. At jobs, they want us to problem solve and come up with ideas, and it's highly stressed, and that's when you're not going to be able to be creative at all because it shuts it down. Okay? It's kids at school. We expect them to problem solve and stuff. What happens is their brain is shutting down because they're in so much stress. Okay, this leads to mistakes and means that you're not going to be performing at your best, right? And what the stress happening, it leads to all these different things. Some people who act out, who are very, very depressed, or they're extremely stressed, right? Headaches, loneliness, anxiety, right? People can come out and get angry and mean. Fights can break out. Lots of different things, all because of us being put in an environment of this go that we were not meant to be in. How to prevent stress from destroying energy levels. The first key is to make sure that you are taking time out of the The first key is to make sure you are taking time out and that you make a mental break as well as a physical one. Actually, take a break from thinking about work. Instead, try reading, perhaps going for a nice stroll. Either way, you should not focus on anything but work. When I was a teacher, I had something called a brain break table. And those kids who felt like they got exhausted, okay? And they could go and they could sit at the brain break table, and they had a little timer they put on, and they had the different activities that they could do there to give themselves a brain break. Also, if a kid act out, they went to the brain break table to reflect, right? Because they were going to be shutting down. They were going to perform at that point anymore. And so a lot of times people just need a brain break. A lot of times that's what kids need in school. It's not that they're troublemakers. It's that they're shutting down because we weren't meant to do that. All right, so an even better idea is to practice some stress management techniques. So CBTs is a great method, and then is really meditation, right? Behavior, thoughts, feelings, yourself, future, others, and your core beliefs. And I have a whole series on that if you're interested in CBTs. And I have one for kids too if you're a parent or a teacher. All right, either way, if you can go through your working day and remain calm, relatively unfrazzled, right? When everything seems to be wrong, you'll find your entire day seems much less tiring as a result. Bringing home far more energy also means you're more productive. And we said this earlier, right? Once again, this is coming back around, this productivity. Okay, and finally, if work is repeatedly taking it all out of you, and you can't find the balance, here's the truth. You should, let me look at you without my glasses on. Look, no amount of money, no position, no title. It's worth your sanity and worth your health. If you are obese because your job is causing you so much stress, you owe it to yourself and to your family, to everyone else that needs you to show up for them, to quit that job and find something that doesn't cause you that much stress. I had to quit my job as a teacher. You know why? Because if I kept at it with the way that they were throwing stuff at me and the way what I was under, I was going to land in the hospital. It was going to kill me. Because when I get super stressed and I don't eat and I run all night and I get exhausted and I have anxiety and I just get, it just goes up, and I can't function like that. And so for once I had to take a stand for myself. And that was the first time I ever did that. And I should have a long time because there were several times like I totally didn't take a stand for myself in the past. In relationships and different things, and it killed me. Like, it was killing me. And I saw the writing on the wall. And so I'm sorry, but it's not worth it. Like, I don't care. You know what? I'd rather work 5 jobs that I enjoy that don't cause me a super amount of stress like that than one job that pays me a lot of money, right? But causes me extreme amount of stress and destroys my health. It's not worth it. So, real talk from Jen. Okay, training for energy. We're almost there, you all. I promise, we're getting there. Okay. Well, it's pretty much the crucial crux of this, actually, okay? The very best way to enhance your energy levels by far is being more active. This will boost in just every domain, okay? So, totally, if we think about it, right, our by being active, okay, when we exercise, right, it boosts the function and number of your mitochondria. This doesn't just help you perform better at athletic activities, it helps you think better and be more alert and get more done, okay? But any form of exercise will help you increase your VO2 max and your resting heart rate and your energy levels. Exercise is super good for your brain, encouraging more brain, placidity, improving your sleep. Getting rid of fat will make you lighter, meaning you spend less energy to move around. In short, if you exercise, you'll perform much better than ever before. So funny. The one thing we don't do until we have more energy is the one thing we need to do to get more energy, right? Now, we know this isn't at all, because I say you have to change everything. Like, when you're looking at energy, you truly want to know how to get on top of this, it's every part of our lives. Okay, the only problem, once again, if you're currently not exercising at all, you'll find it hard to start, which is why I'm happy to introduce the quick routine to solve the problem. Are you guys ready? I came up with a routine for you. All right, a basic training program to boost your energy. Here we go. Okay, it's very misguided when you go into the gym, right? With these elaborate training programs. Yeah, it's even more misguided when people tell themselves they haven't started working out yet because they need to find the right training program. There's so many of them out there. So, I'm going to take care of you. No excuses here. Want to lose weight? Then you might have taken advice online. Have you been this? Cut your carbs. Eat more carbs and cut the fat. Do steady hit of cardio. Count the calories and don't worry about carbs. Don't focus on improving your health or getting abs. Just focus on getting good at training and actually sticking to a routine. Anything is better than nothing. And you don't need to worry about the training being wrong. Your body is incredibly adaptable, I promise you. Okay, the quick program. Here we go. You ready? Press-ups to failure, which is push-ups, okay? Press-ups can also be push-ups there. Pull-ups to failure and kettlebell swings to failure, okay? Remember, it's better to do something than nothing. If you have just 5 minutes at the end of the day, then just doing the press-ups fine. Perform the press-ups as fast as you can. Make sure you go all the way down and back up for each rep, okay? So we're going to go into these if you know what these are. Okay, so look at the pull-up bar. It fits into the door frame. I have one. It just fits over my door frame, okay? No, it doesn't even need screws. Maybe about $10, okay? A kettlebell, you can buy them online for about $50, okay? You can even cheaper. You can even use a hand weight, okay? That's fine too. You can swing with those. If that's not the cards, you can place the swings with like jack in the box reps, okay? Here you squat down and then explode and splay your arms and legs apart, right? So you're like doing woo, like star jumps, okay? With all these, you're starting by going to failure and then aiming to increase and maintain the number each time you come do the workout. So you do 30 press-ups, okay, 30 push-ups, okay? Then you'll be able to do 31 tomorrow. In a year, you might be doing 71 or 100. And I'm going to give you some other options to this too. Why the quick routine is effective. Okay, the press-ups, okay? So when your press-ups, and the thing is too, I don't know if you guys can see me here. Let me, one sec. Let me bring me back on. Okay. Thing is, when you can go against the, we're going to get to my wall. Okay, you can do push-ups against the wall. Okay, I can't do it because of my test. But you can do push-ups against the wall. So when you do those press-ups or the push-ups, like you can do them against the wall. Okay, do them on your knees. Like you don't have to worry about like doing them all over the place. But you can actually push up and down against the wall. That's totally cool. All right. So, okay, so the pull-ups train the lats, the biceps, and the core, okay? And you can get something that's called a bar assistant, like an assistant, and you put your foot in it. It helps you assist you. I have one because I do a lot of pull-ups with my training programs. There are a lot of different crazy ones. And I was trying to increase. And so don't say you have to get it's called a pull-up assistant, okay? Just Google that, put that on your door one, and as you have as much tension as you need to help you get up, okay? Okay, the swings, okay, so the kettlebell swings when you're standing, right? Share my screen again. Okay, so with the kettlebell swings thing, right, you have a weight on. You have a weight, right? And you come down, right? Get down and just bring it up and you're swinging it all the way up and over, okay? So I'll put some videos in here for you guys of each one. I'll do those this week for you and put them up in here of this actual workout. But just doing those three, you've worked your entire body. It's an entire body workout, you all. Okay? And you can do it from basically anywhere. Okay? And okay, really, but what really makes this routine effective is more the simplicity, right? If you did that 3 times a week or 4 times a week, think about it, you would increase, right? You would be making progress, which is what we all want. Okay? You can use it anywhere. You don't need much equipment, and it's completely flexible and adaptable. So if you can only do one round, that's fine. And then there's really, and you might be able to do 5 minutes. Maybe you might be able to do 5 rounds, 1 minute of each. The only thing is, once you've done 1 round, you probably have the energy to do a couple more. Okay, and let's think about it. Let's say like you just do 1 minute. You can even add this as 1 minute rounds. You do 1 minute of those push-ups, 1 minute of the pull-ups, right? And then 1 minute of kettlebell, right? So do that, and then do that 5 times. You just did 15-minute workout, and you could do it anywhere. And think about other objects you could use. So let's say like you're traveling, okay? You would take like you can get bands and stuff as well as alternatives. There's alternatives. I'll try to post those in there too. I'll put some in there. So if you're traveling, I'll show you all you need to take is some bands, and you do something similar to all 3 of these. Okay, that work for your entire body. So no excuses. Like, we can do this, and we do it from our homes, hotel rooms, wherever. All that said, though, the quick routine is not designed very much. The quick routine is designed very much for beginners, and it's not intended for those who want to really build muscle or crushing strength. Okay, if you're new to training, then starting out with something like that to improve your general fitness and muscle tone is important. Okay, start where you are. So I decided this always comes up, so I'm going to put in there because I'm sure it's going to be in the chat. How to get abs. So I don't look at the chat right now because I'll be distracted way too much and read all your guys' stuff. Getting visible abs is mainly about diet, with the aim to reduce your body fat to like sub 10%. That's making the 6-pack visible underneath. This aid though through CV, and once you start doing kettlebell swings and press ups for reps of 100, this will be quite a cardio intensive routine. So actually that happens too. So there's a lot more that goes into it, but mainly it's diet. Just know, like, if you don't have low enough body fat, you're not going to see your abs. There are other things people forget too about their transverse abdominis. This is the band of muscles around your midsection that actually acts to hold your stomach and internal organs, as well as support the lower spine during your lifts. Okay, so crucially, this is what makes your abs feel flat, and that in turn is what makes them look good. Press-ups require you to keep your whole body rigid, and in this is perfect way to ensure that you are strengthening the transverse abdominis. So your abdominals have several different muscle groups. You need to work all of them. If we're just doing crunches, we're not working the entire core. Okay, that's why planks are so powerful. Okay, so our cores, we have a lot more. Our cores are made up of a lot more, right? We look at all the different things that's made up of the way that we need to work, and we need to work our side obliques, right? And we even need to work the back. Okay, so do the quick workout regularly, and with intensity, you should start to find your abs to show, at least to your stomach to shrink and stuff like that. But know that our body is going to typically lose the weight in the reverse order we want it to. Okay, wherever you first start gaining weight, right, it's probably going to be one of the last to come. Wherever you have the most weight at, right, it's going to be the last, because wherever you first start gaining weight is probably where you have the most weight at, come off last. Okay, so just know that some people, that's the last thing to actually come off of them. So don't be so concerned about that. We're concerned about getting healthy. And then if you really are serious and you want, like Jen, I want my abs to show, I really want my waist smaller, talk to me, because then we can gear training and nutrition to that. Those are very specific, and that's not everyone really cares if they have completely flat abs. They just want to function and move up and down stairs, okay? And so I want to meet you where you are, and what your desires are, not what I want from you, or not what I'd want for you. That's not fair. Okay, how to write goals with increased adherence is important. To approach your training with the goal of trying to lose X amount of weight or gain X amount of muscle. Why? Because it's not completely within your control. If you give yourself such a defined set of goals, then when life gets in the way, you become frustrated and you realize you may fail. Instead, give yourself a simple and clearly defined goal that is completely within your control. So, for instance, do the quick workout 4 times a week. That's it. That's your goal. That's it. This is something you will succeed or fail at, and you get to try new every single week. If you do that long enough, you will find that bigger goals like weight loss, muscle mass, take care of themselves. Remember those baby steps, right? It's the things we do daily that they become lasting and sustainable results. Focus on long-term goals is a bad idea because it also makes it unattainable or unenjoyable. Okay, so it's okay to say a year from now I want to be like this, right? But what do I always have to do? What do I always do? Back us up. Go, okay, then monthly. Okay, so by the first 3 months. Okay, so what about the first month? Okay, weekly, daily. Okay, I have a daily habit tracker, and I check off, and every month I put on there my focus habits for that month, and I check off daily that I'm doing them. Part of them includes changing my workouts, like that's part of it. Okay, I am on top of myself, and that's the only way I can be successful, get things done, and make changes in my life. I would not be the person I am today unless I did that. Okay, so try to forget about why you're going to the gym and just enjoy being there. So that's its own reward. Okay, going to the gym it's a privilege. You have time to go to the gym. When I'm really low on motivation, I just go and hit a heavy bag, which I love. Okay, it's like I love punching is great. So let's say like because normally if I'm low on energy, normally I'm frustrated about something. So, or for me, it's pounding on the pavement. Because the pavement never talks back and is always accepting of whatever emotions you have, right? So for me, pavement or a punching bag is a great thing. Okay, so priming. Okay, there's something called priming in psychology, and you can use this technique in other areas of your life too. Tony Robbins does this. If you've ever heard, if you know Tony Robbins and you know about this and how he does it. So this goes back to, I did not realize until I started researching it how far back it goes. But so if you need to sit down and do some coding, okay, try watching a snippet of The Social Network on Iron Man and see if that puts your genius in mentality, okay? But you're getting yourself ready for whatever you're about to do. It sounds like a small factor, but when we feel driven to do something, it actually makes a big difference in our energy levels. This triggers a similar sort of neurochemical hormonal response because you're telling your body and mind that what you're doing matters and it's important. Reminds you of why you're doing what you're doing. So you can purposely put yourself in awakening mode, do it more easily. Something Tony Robbins does, he has this thing called your states, okay? So you might have like your it says like gladiator state or whatever. What state do you need to be in? And get yourself, like he has you, like, you just stand up and be in that state, feel it. How do you want to feel? Is there a time that you felt that way before? And get yourself there feeling that way. Get yourself in the state that you need to be in before you actually start doing the activity. And let me tell you, it works. I wasn't sure. Like, I was young. I'm like, okay, have myself up. No, actually, because you're like, and if you everything in your life is falling into those buckets that we talked about, like I have these 3 buckets in my life, that's where my focus and energy and everything goes. You're gonna enjoy what you do because you're putting it in what matters the most to you, not to things that drain you. Plus, and working at a job, like all those kind of things. See how this all ties in? All right. So we need to talk one more time. We need to take a deep dive into fuel real quick. So we are almost there. Fueling our body, nutrition. We're almost there, you guys. I know this is a long class, but I cut out so much. Okay, so we went back and talked about good carbs and bad carbs. Okay, so we've already seen that one of the most ways to manage our energy levels is to think harder about your carbs and your timing with them. So by consuming more complex carbs like oats and more fats like avocado, you provide yourself with more steady supply energy throughout the day. Do not cut carbs out. Do not do it. You are destroying your body and your metabolism. I hope you hear me. I know people lose a lot of weight when they cut them out, but tell me they gain a lot of weight back. It's not sustainable. They don't have the energy. It doesn't work, okay? I know some of you on here are going to be hating me, totally hating me. But let me tell you, I've tried every diet fad out there. I've done research. I have degrees. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I promise you, don't cut out a food group, okay? If you need to know more, if you want to have more discussion on that, let me know. I will go into full detail on this, and I will prove it to you on research. I back myself up. All right. Okay, there's more to it than that, of course, okay? What also is very important is simply to make sure that you provide yourself with enough calories and you're spacing your food out enough. This is crucial to ensure that your steady supply of energy while you're going through about your business throughout the day. Okay, this is why we get so extremely low carb. This is why also going extremely low carb may be a mistake. Studies show that you actually see a reduction in IQ when you go too low carb. The simple reason is that there isn't enough energy for the brain to function optimally. Another reason, no carbs is not a good idea. Okay, why nutrients matter. So I'm all about, not all. I could get two different cucumbers from two different places. I say cucumbers, so I love cucumbers. And the nutrients are going to be different. Okay, nutrients matter, and not all exact foods have the same nutrients. Okay, nutrients are what the body uses to actually build muscle, but they're also what the body needs to create those mitochondria and energy factories and keep them operating full capacity. They're also what the body uses to create hormones and neurotransmitters, like the ones that help us wake up in the morning and the ones that help us get rest, okay? And this is kind of just, if you were to divide your plate, okay? This is what a plate should look like, okay? Protein, grains, vegetables, fruits, you kind of get an idea. Okay, and we'll go through it later, but protein, right? Serving is the palm, okay? Think about grains, half a cup if you're having like some wild rice or something. Fruits, vegetables fill up the plate. Be careful. If you're having a bunch of dressing on there, is that helpful? No. Great thing though, a lot of people like that. I always give attention to salsa instead of, if you like salsa, throw that on top of instead of dressing, it makes works wonders, I'll tell you. But there's a lot of other dressings. If you need some recipes, let me know. I will get you some tasty recipes for dressings that are not going to kill you in the calorie realm. Honestly, packing your diet with nutrients is essentially like taking all the best bodybuilding supplements in a way that's cheaper and more effective. Okay, it boosts my brain power too. Joe spends tons of money on multivitamins and supplements. Just try to get a balanced mixed diet, okay? Magnesium, zinc increase testosterone production, okay? CoQ10 increases the mitochondrial function found in organ, meats, and beef. So, like, if you're like me, like I don't eat meat. Okay, creatine helps you run further and longer. Choline increases brain activities. That's found in eggs. Saturated fat is used to create testosterone found in milk and eggs. Vitamin C boosts your mood. Okay, strengthens the immune system. So think of those. I go on for a long list here. Omega-3 fatty acids. Cell membrane, okay, vitamin B12 You know about, because a lot of people get B12 shots when their energy is low, right? And that's where there's a manufacturer. It manufactures what you need for energy. Iron increases the ability to get oxygen around the body. Calcium strengthens the muscles, and the list can go on and on. Okay? So I'm going to tell you now what my go-to when I get low energy. Let's say like I'm going through the day, okay? And I get a low energy. I'm like, whoa, I'm tired. My go-to, okay, this is what I do. The first thing I do is I drink a glass of water, because sometimes it's simply that you're dehydrated. Okay? Drink a glass of water. Okay? I have water all the time right by me. I'm going to drink some now. Yeah, all the time. It's right by me. It should be right by you, but sometimes you're just dehydrated. So just down a glass of water. Not a soda. Not tea. Water. Okay? So okay, if you have a little bit of flavored water, but make sure it's water. It's not like, not coffee. Water. Okay? Then if that doesn't work, like I move around for 60 seconds. Just like do some jumping jacks or like move. Sometimes we just need to get moving. If we've been like sitting or stationary or like focused for a long time, I get up and just do something else and move. If those two things don't work, it's probably because I'm low on energy, okay? It's probably because I need some fuel. An apple. My best hack ever is an apple. You can do apple and like peanut butter if you want, like a little almond butter. I recommend almond butter. I really like peanut butter. But normally just an apple is all I need. Okay, it increases my blood sugars, go up, right? And I feel good again. So this is my go-to. 9 times out of 10, this works for me. Because what do you think I do every single day? My nutrition is spot on. I do a really good job. Like, I make sure my nutrition is clean, it's spot on. Do I still have foods I love? Yes, but are they every day? Well, yeah, because I love eating clean. Actually, they are every day because I love spinach. I love those kind of things. And you will find that you will love healthier foods the more that you eat them, okay? I'm not saying go in there and change your diet completely. I'm saying look at one thing, maybe just sort of fry foods during the week. Okay, doable changes. Everything's doable. And we come on and talk more about how to like, next Sunday I'll come on and we're going to like, next time I'll come on around the same time and I will put on exactly like how we can actually do this and like put it into our lives. Like, okay, maybe you noticed this week your patterns. Now let's take some things and let's make up some different plans you can put in place. But working out is a non-negotiable for me. Like snooze button never happens. I change jobs so my stress will be less. Yes, owning your own business is rather stressful, but I love what I do. And I know the day that I don't love what I do is the day I'll change. Okay? I've learned to meditate and do yoga. I've learned to do it in my way that fits me and how I am. But I've learned to do it. I've learned to learn to do things that just simply make my life easier. Like I have groceries delivered because I don't have the time to go. That's time I don't need to be spending. Okay, I'm go to farmer's market across the street once a week and get some stuff, and the other stuff I get delivered. I can't remember the last time I stepped foot into like an actual grocery store. In all honesty, that's true. But the thing is, I don't need to be using that time, and that's okay. People would say that's lazy or whatever, or not. To me, it's time that I need to be doing something else. For me, I think I've been working on trying to figure out sleep stuff, right? Trying to get my sleep on cue and stuff. And like, I know my systems at every 90 minutes. So I know if I'm going to fall asleep, like I follow that. Okay. I let go. I forgive. I mean, holding on to bitterness, like all those kind of things. Like I make sure we will never lose the weight here if we don't lose the weight here and here first, our heart and our mind. Okay. The weight of that is so heavy that we're going to carry the other weight. There's a reason why we do the things that we do. Okay, you're not a bad person or anything. There's just a reason why we all have them. There's a reason why I do things. Okay, I'm going to go in. I still have a couple more things on my nutrition. So you guys might saying, Jen, what do you do for your nutrition? All right, why my daily go-to nutrition? Here we go. This is what I've been doing forever, and this has made the world difference. Okay, Jen's Daily ginger shots. Okay, I make my own ginger shots. I love them. Like chew down. Yes, it's apple cider vinegar, ginger, aloe vera juice. Like. I will make them for you guys. I'll make them live for you. Probably if I come on next week live, I'll try to make them in front of you or I'll post a video or something. But I'll make my ginger shots. I'll give you my recipe for them, okay? It's all mine. It's what I do. I have about 2 gallons of water a day because I work out so much. So that might, when I'm not in triathlon training season, kind of backs off a little bit. But mainly 2 gallons of water a day. I move every single day, okay? The other thing is Shakeology. Yeah, most of you know, some of you might not. I'm Beachbody coach, okay? And Shakeology. So what is Shakeology? Okay, Shakeology is like all of your vegetables needed into one shake. It's the best one all over the entire world. So you can go to my tinyurl.com/180fit shake. Okay, and I'll take you to a video about it. Tell you all about it. I was anemic. I was on the verge of osteoporosis. I had some other health concerns, and I started doing this every day 10 years ago, and I have none of those anymore. Okay, so Shakeology was the easiest habit for me to develop. Okay, and I think it will be yours too. If you like this, let me know. Okay, because like I said, I'm a coach for them. I do sell them, and I think you're gonna need me as your coach, which you're gonna want. But anyway, in our fast-paced society lives, dense nutrition of Shakeology will help get your body what it needs quickly, easily, every day. Not only is it delicious and designed to help you get your best results from your workouts and your meal plans, but it can also help you lose weight, curb junk food cravings, support your goals, and provide your health with healthy energy. Okay, so I truly give Shakeology credit to changing my health for a lot of ways. Okay, especially since I am a vegan, right? Vegetarian for sure, but mainly I do a lot of vegan. So in fact, 13 years. I said 10. Man, I'm getting old. I knew the math right. 13 years. It sure is. Okay, so if you were looking for something that is nutrition packed, that this is a meal replacement shake. It's not just a protein shake. It's a meal replacement shake. Okay. If you would like more information on this, you can visit here. Okay, and check that out. And then you can message me for more details if you'd like to actually buy some, get set up. Let me know if you want to, or I can see if I have any back office coupon codes or anything, any bundles I can give you or anything. Okay, but hands down, I am proof of this product. So if you say, Jen, where's your energy come from? I can't, not all this, but honestly, Shakeology, because it's very hard for me to get all the nutrients and I need every day with how much I work out, with how much I expend. This has been lifesaver for me. This has been lifesaver for people who do not like vegetables, okay? Because it gives you all your vegetables for the day. Now, of course, we always want to get as natural as we can in, right? But this is a game changer. If you are someone who struggles with sweets, if you need to get your digestion going regularly again, okay? Maybe you just want to feel full in between, so you don't eat so much and snack. This is a great option. I don't like to get on here and sell you guys stuff, but I would do you a disservice if I didn't get on here and tell you guys about a few things that I do, okay? So that one's huge. If I go back to my other slide real quick too, another thing I do, if you're an athlete, I'm not an affiliate for them or anything, Athletic Greens. I just love the product. So Athletic Greens, that's an extra boost of your greens. I have that in the morning. So it gives me a little extra boost. But ginger shots, okay? I have plenty of water. I move every day, okay? I drink Shakeology and I have Athletic Greens. Those are my go-to non-negotiables. Okay, and like I said, if you want more information, reach out to me on any of this program that you want. Anything that I said you need more information on, reach out to me. Let me know, and I'm happy to go into detail. Okay, so the first step towards success is taken when you refuse to be a captive of the environment in which you find yourself in. Now, take time to take this information and run with it. Okay, so what are you going to do? Okay, hopefully you now have a more complete picture and precisely what dictates energy levels and how to impact your ability to work, to train, and enjoy your downtime. Okay, it comes down to management, to planning, and to being smart about your routines, but also a matter of understanding the biology that dictates the way you feel and how you can subtly influence that to get the best results for yourself. I think a lot of times we get trainers and we get people out there and they don't explain this stuff to us. We don't understand the why. And if I'm telling you that this is good for you, please, for your body, at this time I don't give you the why and the science behind it, I'm doing you a disservice. You should be empowered. Your coach should empower you with knowledge so you can do this on your own. You should not ever have to hire another coach again, ever another personal trainer. I tell everyone, you should, after working with me, you should not have to hire another personal trainer or another coach. I should get you the results and give you the tools and everything to be successful along your journey for the rest of your life. It just makes sense, okay? And that's why 180 Fit, a lot of people, I've never thought of this, but so one of my clients, I believe mentioned it to me. They said, you don't talk enough about 180. And I'm like, what? Why do you call it 180? I said, because you need to go a totally different direction. Okay. In my life, when I was trying to figure things out, I was running to person, right? I was getting stressed, so stressed. I finally threw my hands. I'm like, that's it. None of this is working. I'm turning a totally different direction and creating a new path. So 180 Fit is simply, we're redefining the fit lifestyle in a 180 way. We're not going to do what everyone else says that you should do. We're not going to do the norms because that doesn't work. If you want lasting results, this stuff that I just taught you, there's a lot of that's part of the essence of my program. I give you a lot of the things that are part of just the 180 Fit model. It's made on 7 pillars. And a few of those were included here. All of those come into play. Our nutrition and everything, like energy, people looking, yes, to be fit. They're looking to be healthy. They're looking to be happy. But really, what do we all want? We all want more energy. Because without energy, are we ever going to be happy? So this was a great question because this is just key. All right. I showed you guys some free resources, right? All right, so you are going to get all of these different, I have the guides for you to help you guys like, look at this. So this is coming in your free resources, okay? I have a few extra, so I love graphics. I think it just really helps. So I give you guys all my graphics in a bundle thing. Although I give you guys the entire, that. I also have my entire book for you on energy, and I have a bunch of different articles. So you're going to get, what I need you to do is I need you to put your email address that you would like in just in the comment field. And I'm going to send you over all of this stuff, okay? So you get all of this. And I have a whole bunch of this. So you get this, and then you get everything else. You get some the top maybe drainers to why you're feeling drained now. So the top, I do this like I did an article about like 5 reasons why you might have low energy. 5 things you could do right now to increase your energy. So I give you guys a whole bunch of things beyond this because, like I said, this is a huge training that I do and a huge workshop. It's a weekend workshop and huge training that I do. And so there's a lot more that goes into this, but I hope that answered some of your questions. Let's see. Okay. So there you go. It's time to take this and run with it now. If you are interested in joining me for my next launch, I'm looking for some people who would like to be a part part of my pilot program. Okay. I have a pilot program coming out. It's called the Diet Rebel Unleashed. And what it is taking all of my 7 pillars of 180 Fit, is turning from doing different, saying no to those diet fads and redefining fit. So it's taking fitness. So it's all your workouts. It's all your nutrition. It's all your mindset. Remember, because the story we tell ourselves, it's habit training. It's accountability. It's me empowering you with the knowledge and the skills. It's about we could do gratitude in there. It's a 12-week intensive program. I need a first group to work with. If you are interested in this, I'm doing a one-time only 50% off what its normal thing will be. And so if you're interested in that, let me know in the chat below. Just do your Diet Rebel Unleashed or program, or give me something to let me know that you want that. You could do Unleashed if you want. That's fine. Just put something that's in the title so I know what you want. If you want these resources, put in the comments your email address, or you can message me. I want to have your email address. That's fine. Message me directly on Messenger. Okay, that's fine. Either way. So I put in the comments. At least like this. Let me know if you liked. Let me know if you got something good out of it. I hope you did. I know this training was long. Thank you so much for sticking here. Thank you for sticking with a little glitch earlier and everything. I appreciate you guys being here. Leave any questions in the comments. I'm going to go and sit down, read through all those, and compile some answers. And next Sunday, I will get back on, same time, same place. And I will answer questions. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a deeper dive into actually making this within some practical plans you could do. And when I get your questions, that might kind of help me know what struggles you have. And let me know anything that you'd like to see, any questions you have, because I'm planning on going live for Sunday nights at 7 p.m. every Sunday night. I'm looking at adding Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Okay? And coming live and doing some live trainings with you guys with what you want. All right. I'm proud of you all. Take whatever served you, and throw the rest away. And go be kind. Okay? Show up. Be kind for people, guys. Be kind. Be brave. Live authentically and always shine. Be a 180 Fit Diet Rebel. And so no to diet fads, and let's redefine fit together. And let's make habits that are sustainable, lasting. Right? and that fit within our life right now. All right. I believe in you and I'm always here for you. All right. Until next time, y'all. I'll talk to you soon.